Delight is hard to find these days. I hardly hear anyone call things delightful anymore. I suppose it's because delight isn't guaranteed, and sometimes you get sucked into a loop where things are only amazing or outstanding, but delight is the true elusive winner. When you catch it, you should grab hold of it and spread it to the world so everyone can feel it. So here I am, doing just that, by telling you that Muppets Mayhem is downright delightful, maybe even a little bit more. The basic premise is that the Electric Mayhem have been touring for decades, since their humble beginnings on The Muppet Show. All the while, a secretary at Waxtown Records, the company that gave the Mayhem the standard famous Rockstar contract, finds out that the band still owe them a debut album. To fix this egregious mistake and save her job and dreams of being important in some capacity, she chases them down to tell them they owe a record, and she's ready to help them lay it down. But of course, this is the Muppets Electric Mayhem, so it's not that straightforward.
Wait. Okay, a few unforeseen small but hugely important details have slightly derailed my plan.
The delightful parts are the humour, for sure.
For sure.
I was nervous about it since the last Muppet thing was the Muppets Most Wanted, which has a sing-along now, God knows why, the songs aren't that good. But I was pleasantly surprised to find that the humour was actually just the right tone of Muppet shenanigans. And I love that.
Don't worry, we'll pay you back for that.
It's $80,000.
We will not be paying you back for that.
You sound sad. Are you sad? I can't see if you're sad or not. I was gonna yell at you, but if you're sad, listen to the experience.
So if you are bothered about spoilers, the rest of this video will contain spoilers, so you've been warned. I don't know when this video is going to come out, but I know it'll be rather late in comparison to the debut of the show, in which case, what are you doing with your life if you haven't watched it yet? Missing out on delight, that's what you're doing.
Yeah, baby.
I think my favourite episode has got to be the one when Dr. Teeth's parents come to town.
Hello! I hope this is the right place. We're looking for our son.
Mama? Daddy?
I have a whole, I'm going to say theory, but I'm not sure that's the right word, about what constitutes as canon in the Muppets film and media timeline. I would make a video about it, but that feels a little premature, and this is my first video on this channel, so I don't want to get too into it. But essentially, any Muppet backstory is like the most exciting thing to ever happen to me, and this episode has so much of it. All that and a cart full of Cheetos.
Fritos!
We find out that Dr. Teeth comes from a family of dentists and that he actually, legitimately, has a doctorate in dental care and graduated and everything. The joke being that up until this point we thought Dr. Teeth was just a moniker, but no, he did the whole thing.
Wait, Dr. Teeth is an actual doctor?
Yep, our dear old doc is a musical healer of hearts and souls. He's also a fully licensed and accredited doctor of teeth. So, yeah.
We also find out that he is from New Orleans and that he met Floyd as a young boy when Floyd was, I guess, a young adult working in a music shop. I don't know about the age thing, but like that's my guess. That was when they had their first jam together. So cute. The episode consists of the standard plot of a musician whose parents don't support his passions, and Teeth goes through this whole process of dealing with it, which involves crawdadding and rejecting shapes, if you can believe it.
Enough! I don't need you. I don't need my parents, and I don't need triangles. In fact, I rejectify shapes of all kinds, even the rhombus.
While we go through numerous flashbacks showing us his origin story, dodging his destiny until he can't anymore, and the fact that his gold tooth is actually a golden dental floss case, and his family decides to accept him. It's delightful, just positively delightful. I'm biased towards this episode because of the backstory, but it is a really good episode.
Yeah, baby.
I'd probably say my second favourite episode is when Nora takes the band on a retreat to fix their writer's block.
Road trip! Road trip, road trip, road trip!
I expected a psychedelic trip at some point, and I was given a psychedelic trip just as I expected. Everything about each of the band members' trips is hilarious, all the way from Lips opening his eyes to Floyd getting the Mufasa treatment.
Ooh. Doesn't get any weirder than that, am I right?
Disney really flexed their existence in this show. It was really strange.
Remember who you are, Floyd. The one true king. Remember.
Well, all right.
My favorite had to be the stop motion trip of Dr. Teeth's, though. I did not expect it, but it was definitely appreciated. They really outdid themselves.
Yeah, baby.
My least favorite episode has to be the one about the warring fandoms. Not that it was the weakest, I just didn't prefer it. It felt really performative. As a member of fandom, obviously, I thought it was ick. Also, the fan war went as far as the fight following the Mayhem into Minecraft for their virtual concert, and I was completely gone at that point. The song slapped, but I didn't think all of that needed to happen, or for their van to get stolen. They need the van, man.
Yeah, baby.
All in all, I think this was a strong show. They captured every personality of the band perfectly over the course of every episode. There was even consistent continuity with some of the jokes that hinged on their personalities, Janice being a standout for that, as well as Animal. In most of the movies, the Mayhem have taken a backseat, or they have like a moment for a song, and that's when they shine the most, but then we don't see them again. But here they had a spotlight, and they rocked it. I think my only complaint is the minimal original music from the Mayhem in the show. They do create the album, but we only hear 3 of the songs they've written, and then a few sections of the rest, but the remainder are covers. I suppose that's so the Disney machine can actually sell the real album, which is actually available to listen to, so I'm not too unhappy about it. Even though the show is about the Electric Mayhem, there are still references to the Muppets themselves throughout. The standard famous rock star contract being a reference to the standard rich and famous contract is pretty amazing, and the Mallory Gallery from the Muppet Caper being the 2 references I can remember. It really shows that the people who made the show are fans of the Muppets and either really knew their stuff or took the time to know it and put those references in.
Good.
I'd also be remiss not to mention the promotional material for the show is also delightful. They've been doing all these interviews and they're just hilarious and on brand. It's just really nice to see, and I hope Disney does something like this again. I would love to see a show like this about other characters who we don't hear from much, like Rizzo or Rolf. It gives them something fresh to dive into, and once again I get my Muppets backstory, which I live for. So what did you think of the show? Have you watched it, or did you watch this instead? Very naughty. Let me know what you think, and do me a favour of leaving a comment, like, or subscribe for more videos. See you later.
Smile. That's a keeper.